This is top 5 diplomacy tricks everybody should be using. Let me know down below how many you use. So the first thing I do in every single campaign that I start, I will have a look around every single faction that I'm relatively friendly with or kind of friendly with to see how much they'll pay me to declare war on factions really far away from me and that I do not care about. For example, a free 1000 here and or getting a trade agreement. Alongside this, Vlad will give us 600 to fight a faction that is guaranteed to die in the very beginning of the game. Next one is trading settlements, leveraging military buildings. If you're not aware, military buildings make settlements worth significantly more. So for example here, I'm going to trade the settlement to Epidemis and get myself a free vassal in the early stage of the game. Borrowing an army from an ally reduces that faction's strength rank considerably, as armies are directly tied into the strength rank of that faction. And once you use your allegiance, and you can borrow multiple armies depending on how many allegiance points you have, but the second that we borrow that army, you can now see that they are significantly easier to confederate. So if you do this multiple times, reduce their strength rank, you will easily get yourself a confederation. The next tip is ensuring you're not fighting on multiple fronts. In every single campaign, I always follow the rule of if I can fight in one very specific direction, I will always try and do so, because it basically means that you're able to easily, without any challenges, force and consolidate your forces into one specific direction on the campaign map and absolutely dominate everything around you. Whereas if you have multiple fronts where you're fighting, you're having to split your resources in half to try and hold on. The last tip is make sure to cancel your treaties with factions if you're wanting to declare war on them after 10 turns of establishing them. Otherwise, it will lower your reliability, meaning that you're more likely to be declared war on and more likely to experience betrayals if you do not have very high reliability. And the honorable mention to close out this video is if you click on a faction settlement and hover over another faction settlement, it tells you the exact diplomacy relationship those two factions have with one another and tells you the story as to what's happened throughout the entirety of this campaign. And now you know how to leverage that information and coerce them into either fighting each other, coerce them into wars, and understand what to do with these factions. And this is a really good indication as to if it's likely to be friendly with each other, if they're likely to be a good ally with each other, and how you can leverage that.